Brian, for so long we've heard the term shadow IT because that's when your employees, without consulting the IT department, will go and just launch their own applications, their own cloud services, their own SaaS apps. They did this under the covert of night, but the reality is there's nothing covert about it. It's just how business operates now.
They just want to get their job done, and if they don't need to go to IT and procurement to do that, it's just they just throw it on a credit card. That's pretty easy.
And honestly, I bet you many of them are thinking, oh, well, I don't want to bother them. They're too busy. What does the business need to know that this creates problems?
What business users really need to know is what's actually being exposed when you do this. When you go around IT and security and you sign up for that calendar app that suddenly has access to your entire Exchange server and 365 environment because it needs to in order to give you that functionality, what are you actually exposing? So the risks here are much higher than most business users realize, and certainly IT and security are fighting a battle.
I remember signing up for a service that said, when I was signing, you are giving the rights to this app to access, delete, and modify your contacts.
I have another example. So our vice president of cloud and global incident response, Matt Radulek, I think you've talked to him before.
Yes, sure.
If he installed one of these apps and it got access to his calendar, well, his calendar is customer name, severe breach investigation. All you need is the names of the meetings, and that's very, very sensitive data. So a lot of times business users don't realize what might be exposed when you do this. And so third-party risk is something, especially these days, where it is so easy.
That's a really good point about the calendar app in that, well, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not doing sensitive, but the fact that my usage connects to others that are doing something sensitive, that's where the problem comes in, right?
Most people think very narrowly about what could potentially be exposed. Well, there's nothing in my inbox or my calendar that might expose anything that would put the company at risk, not realizing threat actors are pretty smart. And it doesn't take much for them to get a little bit of data, a little bit of information, and then use that to move laterally, elevate their privileges, and suddenly everything gets stolen.
Remember, I did a video a while ago where I asked people, could you be hacked? And the smart people said yes. And the people who were, I think, too egotistical said no. But the people who said yes, most of them said, yeah, they're going to get through the people I know and trust.
Anybody who says they can't be hacked doesn't really understand what they're talking about, doesn't really understand the risk. It's one of these instances of the more sure somebody is that they're right, the more likely they are that they're probably wrong.
This is going to be an awesome, awesome discussion. We've had you on Super Cyber Friday before. I'm really looking forward to this discussion because I want to talk about all these these levels of layers of how this actually happens so we can sort of better understand the levels of risks we're dealing with. Anyways, it's going to happen this Friday. It's hacking third-party risk in the cloud. Please join us. Here's all the information.